As a sword soared through the air, targeting the Blood Heaven's divine monarch, he skillfully dodged the attack, showcasing his agility. However, the sword came back around, forcing him to leap and evade once more. In a swift move, Kwang caught the sword mid-air. Yun, observing the sequence of events, marveled at Kwang's proficiency in the chi-controlling sword art. He was astounded to witness Kwang's advanced skills, indicating that he had reached the unrestrained realm of combat mastery. The Blood Heaven's divine monarch's mask shattered, revealing his face. Acknowledging Kwang's prowess, the old man commended him for his remarkable abilities, especially as a practitioner of the White Blade martial god style. However, the situation took a dark turn as the old man suddenly gripped Yun's neck, threatening their lives. In a bold move, Kwang demanded the old man release Yun, leaping to his aid. The old man, now facing Kwang directly, warned of the impending confrontation, expressing his resolve to eliminate them. Courageous Kwang retorted, challenging the old man's age and authority. Feeling the intense energy between Kwang and the old man, Yun thinks about his options. Scratching his head, he pondered whether he should seize the opportunity to escape alone. However, he quickly dismissed the idea, realizing that the current Kwang stood no chance against the formidable old man. Fleeing would only result in the old man killing Kwang, and then pursuing and eliminating him next. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Yun made a decisive choice. He couldn't abandon Kwang to face the old man alone. With determination in his heart, Yun rushed to his aid. As Yun approached, the old man landed a powerful punch on Kwang, causing him to collapse to the ground. Fear gripped Yun's thoughts as he witnessed Kwang's fall, unsure of what he could do to help in such a dire situation. Kwang's headband suddenly removed, unveiling a distinctive pattern on his forehead. The old man was taken aback by this revelation, visibly surprised by what he saw. Yun, recognizing the mark on Kwang's forehead, was struck by a sudden realization. He couldn't help but connect the pattern to the one he had seen on the mysterious box. Intrigued and bewildered, the old man couldn't comprehend how the successor of the White Blade martial god possessed the leader's mark on his forehead. As the old man was preoccupied, Yun swiftly lifted Kwang onto his shoulder and began to walk cautiously, aiming to escape unnoticed. With a blend of caution and nervousness, Yun carefully navigated away from the old man. The urgency of reaching their destination heightened. He focused on the alley ahead, determined to guide them to safety. Despite his efforts, the weight of Kwang bore down on him, sparking a moment of frustration. However, the old man soon became aware of their escape attempt. Channeling his energy, he targeted them directly, halting their progress. With a forceful display of power, the old man destroyed the alley that Yun had hoped would lead them to safety. Yun, sensing the impending danger, reluctantly released Kwang as their route to escape was obliterated by the old man's actions. As the old man issued a chilling ultimatum, demanding the surrender of the White Blade martial god's successor, Yun found himself at a crucial crossroads. Uncertain of his next move, he scanned the surroundings until his gaze landed on the Lotus platform. In a daring and unexpected turn of events, Yun declined, responding with amusement, laughing off the situation. With a mix of determination and bravado, he sprinted towards the platform, signaling his resolve to take a bold risk. Seeing Yun's audacious move, the old man was overcome with shock and fear. He frantically warned Yun to halt as he realized the implications of Yun's actions involving the forbidden manual. Ignoring the old man's desperate attempts to intervene, Yun leaped onto the platform and defiantly sat upon it. With a mischievous smile, he even gestured a mocking gesture towards the old man, signaling his defiance and determination. Despite the old man's protests and attempts to prevent him, Yun remained resolute, signaling a pivotal moment in their confrontation within the tomb. On the Lotus platform, Yun's questions as he noticed that the setting seemed different from when Kwang had sat down. Suddenly, a voice echoed around him, calling him the true successor who had embarked on the promised path. Curious and slightly wary, Yun inquired about the identity of the mysterious voice. The voice responded, introducing itself as Yelu Wanxiang, known in Murim as the Astral Phantom Thief. Surprised by this revelation, Yun pondered the implications of encountering the voice of the Astral Phantom Thief. He questioned whether the legendary figure was still alive. As Yun eagerly sought Wanxiang's presence, the voice continued to resonate around him. Wanxiang revealed that the Yelu clan had safeguarded the secret for generations, hinting at the depth of their knowledge and responsibility. Calling out fervently, Yun echoed Wanxiang's name, seeking a clearer connection with the mysterious figure. In response, Wanxiang's voice conveyed the legacy of the Yalu clan, mentioning an ancient manual that had been passed down through the ages. Yun pondered whether the voice was merely a recorded message or if it held a deeper connection to the mysterious formations surrounding them. Wanxiang's voice resonated with wisdom as he revealed a profound truth. He explained that all martial arts, formations, and divinations originated from a single source. The Yalu clan dedicated their lives to uncovering and preserving this fundamental root of knowledge. Yun, captivated by the revelation, repeated in awe, questioning the concept of an ancient manual that encompassed the origins of all formations, divinations, and martial arts. The idea that everything stemmed from a singular source left him astounded. Wanxiang continued, unveiling the essence of their research. He disclosed that the secret lay within the waves, a theory established during their era. However, due to the challenges of passing on this knowledge to future generations, they had to leave behind traces for others to follow. Perplexed by the mention of they, Yun sought clarification. Wanxiang elaborated, expressing his intent to entrust Yun with the culmination of his and the clan's lifelong research. He unveiled the name of the secret manual, Unrivaled Fluctuating Qi. A surge of energy surged towards Yun's head, creating an electrifying sensation that coursed through his body. As the transformation grew imminent, the old man hurried to intercept and prevent Yun from harnessing his newfound strength fully. Kwang intervened to support Yun in his transformation. Standing defiantly against the old man, Kwang issued a challenge, urging them to face each other once more. Courageous, the old man taunted Kwang, warning him of the consequences of his actions. With a swift motion, the old man conjured a ball of energy, preparing to strike. Kwang, resolute in his defense of Yun, shielded him from the impending attack. Despite the intense pain that seared through him, Kwang stood his ground, intercepting the ball of energy meant for Yun. Witnessing Kwang's sacrifice, the old man sneered at his efforts, dismissing them as futile. As Kwang collapsed, blood staining his body and mouth, the blood heaven addressed him with a mix of disdain and acknowledgement of his lineage as the successor of the white sword martial god. The old man struck Yun as he sat on the lotus platform. Kwang, despite his own injuries, intervened to shield Yun from the attack, shouting in defiance. Witnessing the unfolding events, the old man proclaimed that it was the end, setting off the ball of energy. The explosive force reverberated through the area, causing chaos and destruction. In a moment of shock, the old man questioned how Yun had managed to evade the destructive force of the blood heaven. As the platform shattered, his gaze shifted to Yun and Kwang lying on the ground in the aftermath of the explosion. Concerned for Kwang's well-being, Yun channeled his energy to transfer it to him, recognizing the severity of his injuries. With Kwang critically wounded, Yun feared the worst, realizing that without immediate intervention, Kwang's life hung in the balance. As Yun retrieved a pill from his chest and administered it to Kwang, he grappled with the decision to use it, realizing the urgency of the situation. Despite his desire to save the pill for another time, he understood the gravity of Kwang's injuries and the need for immediate action. As he tends to Kwang, Yun needs to know from Kwang the unresolved mysteries surrounding the unidentified martial master and the unfolding events in the tomb. Seeking clarity, Yun directed his attention to the old man, questioning the technique he had employed. He inquired about the martial art known as the Blood Heaven Destruction, noting the uniqueness of its name. Pondering the significance of someone from the Grand Plan utilizing such a technique, Yun felt a sense of recognition dawning upon him. The old man adopted a serious demeanor, preparing for a potential confrontation. He acknowledged the threat posed by Yun's ability to accurately assess situations. The old man, consumed by his desire to eliminate Yun, unleashed a devastating attack that struck Yun and left him motionless on the ground. Observing Yun's still form, the old man questioned whether his adversary had succumbed to the assault. With a sense of satisfaction, the old man proceeded to stomp on Yun's hand, only to find the body vanish into thin air. Enraged by this turn of events, he seethed at the deception, referring to Yun and his allies as rats and snitches. As chaos unfolded within the underground tomb, one of the assassins alerted the old man, known as Blood Heaven, to the imminent collapse of the structure. Responding swiftly, the old man ordered a retreat for everyone present, prioritizing their safety. In a fit of anger and determination, the old man vowed to seek out those he considered traitors, expressing his resolve to find and eliminate them. Under the cover of night in the forest, a large hand emerged from the ground, followed by Yun emerging from beneath the soil. As he surfaced, Yun pulled Kwang to safety, feeling overwhelmed by the dire situation they found themselves in. Exhausted and drained, Yun slumped to the ground, reflecting on the challenging circumstances they had faced. He expressed his frustration, questioning the reasons for such a difficult predicament and pondering if it was a result of past misdeeds. Despite the hardships, Yun acknowledged their survival was thanks to the teachings of the unrivaled fluctuating qi. He attributed their escape to his ability to sense which areas were stable, guiding them through the collapsing underground tomb. Observing Kwang's weakened state, Yun expressed concern for his well-being. He remarked on the possibility of poisoning and revealed that he had placed Kwang in a suspended animation state, using the ice crystal to stabilize him. Summoning the Dark Lion unit with a sharp whistle, Yun called for their assistance. As the unit arrived, Xian, relieved to see Yun safe, acknowledged the dangerous situation they had narrowly escaped. Yun humorously noted the gravity of his own near-death experience, emphasizing the severity of the challenges they had faced. At the Five Virtues tea shop, Hu and Zhang warmly greeted Yun upon his arrival. Concerned for Yun's well-being, Zhang rushed over, expressing relief that Yun was safe and unharmed. Yun reassured Zhang with a light-hearted laugh, apologizing for causing any worry. He quickly directed their attention to more pressing matters, urging them to summon the physician without delay. Curious about Yun's recent encounters, Hu inquired whether the injured man, Kwang, was from the Murim Alliance. Yun confirmed Hu's suspicion, affirming the Kwang's affiliation and promising to share more details with them later. Emphasizing the urgency of medical attention, Yun prioritized addressing Kwang's condition, ensuring that he received the necessary care without delay. At the Five Virtues Trading Company, Woon recounted the harrowing details of his recent experiences to those gathered, who, intrigued by the mention of Jiangxi, expressed his surprise, noting that such beings were typically found in the ancient tales of their divine cult. Puzzled by the presence of Jiangxi and the dark events that had unfolded, who questioned the identity of those responsible for unleashing such gruesome entities. In response, Woon revealed that it was individuals who had shamelessly exploited the name of their divine cult to perpetrate their twisted schemes. Xian recounted his encounters with the masked individuals mentioned by the unit leader. Despite his efforts, he regretfully shared that none of them could be captured alive. Some of the masked figures resorted to self-destruction to evade capture, while others caused significant damage by detonating themselves near the expedition team. Reflecting on the chaotic events, Woon expressed his concern that the Murim Alliance might attribute these actions to their divine cult. Xian acknowledged this possibility, noting that the expedition team had already informed the Murim Alliance of the situation and planned to send another team to investigate the tomb further. Woon inquired about the uncanny heroic squads returned to the Murim Alliance. Xian responded, revealing that the squad had indeed returned but faced a grim situation. Despite Siapong's efforts to locate the tomb and deactivate the trap mechanism, Chun had seized the opportunity to accuse the squad of collaborating with their divine cult. As a result of Chun's accusations, Siapong found himself imprisoned by the Murim Alliance, caught in the web of suspicion and treachery woven by Chun. Woon expressed his exasperation at Chun's troublesome actions, recognizing the chaos and discord that the manipulative individual had sown within their ranks. In the midst of their conversation, Xian brought up the incident where the unit leader had been targeted with the sword qi. When concerned about their divine cult, sought clarification on their current situation. Who, preparing to address the matter, mentioned that a confidential message had been sent to Woon regarding their divine cult. Uncertain of the message's contents himself, Who acknowledged the secrecy surrounding the communication. Upon reading the message, Woon revealed its contents to the group. He disclosed that Asana Ruslin had been assassinated, confirming their fears and suspicions. The news of this tragic event cast a shadow over the group, signaling a turbulent and uncertain period ahead for their divine cult. The plan to conquer the Central Plains appeared to be postponed, with the divine cult troops rerouted to the frontier region instead. Acknowledging the cautious approach taken by the second young Master Jean, Woon recognized the shift in priorities within the divine cult. Addressing Xian and Hu, Woon shared his insights on the revised strategy. He informed them that the plan to conquer the Central Plains would indeed be delayed due to the deployment of the troops to the frontier region first. In response to Hu's query about returning to the divine cult, Woon clarified that the message did not mention a return. Therefore, they would remain in the Central Plains until further instructions were received, adapting to the evolving circumstances and awaiting guidance on their next course of action. As the door slid open, Zhang informed Yun that a physician had arrived to examine the young warrior, Kwang. The physician conducted a thorough examination of Kwang's condition, expressing grave concern over what he observed. The physician's diagnosis was grim, likening Kwang's state to that of a living corpse. Perplexed by the mysterious affliction, The physician noted the presence of intense heat and poison within Kwang's body, contrasting with his skin's icy coldness. Yun speculated that the effect could be attributed to the ice crystal's influence. Concerned for Kwang's well-being, Yun inquired about the possibility of detoxifying him. The physician explained that the ailment was more accurately termed death qi, a malevolent force with a will of its own that made traditional treatments challenging to administer effectively. Realizing the limitations of maintaining Kwang's suspended animation state with the ice crystal's power, Yun felt a sense of urgency to eliminate the poison from his body swiftly. As the group brainstormed solutions, the physician suggested seeking the expertise of the divine doctor of 1,000 skills at the Murim Alliance, highlighting the potential for specialized treatment beyond his capabilities. Intrigued by the mention of the divine doctor of 1,000 skills, Yun sought clarification on the renowned healer's reputation and abilities. The prospect of enlisting the divine doctor's aid offered a glimmer of hope in their race against time to save Kwang from the insidious grip of death qi. At the divine monarch's abode, the old man expressed his disappointment at the failure to capture Yun and Kwang despite the traces left behind. The man responsible for the oversight apologized profusely, bowing down in submission. In a display of power, the old man emitted a surge of electrical energy, instilling fear in the man as a warning of the consequences of such failures. Emphasizing the importance of the situation, the old man ordered the utilization of all intelligence networks to thoroughly investigate the escapees. Once enough information was gathered, it would be reported directly to the Heavenly Lord. Acknowledging the gravity of the task, the men present agreed and pledged their commitment with a resounding cry of everything for that day. As they dispersed to carry out the orders, the old man think about the prophecy, recognizing the necessity of fulfilling it without leaving any risk factors unchecked. The pursuit of Yun and the fulfillment of the prophecy remained paramount in their mission, ensuring that no potential threats lingered unattended. Gathered at the Five Virtues tea shop, Woon and his ally convened for a meeting to discuss their next steps. Zhang, inquiring about Woon's intentions, expressed surprise at the prospect of Woon personally visiting the Murim Alliance. Woon revealed his plan to seek out the divine doctor of 1,000 skills and request treatment for Kwang directly. Who, questioning the necessity of Woon's presence, suggested sending Kwang alone for treatment. Woon explained the complexity of the situation, expressing concern that the Murim Alliance might exploit Kwang for political gain given the current circumstances. Whose inquiry about political advantage. During their discussion, Xian raised a pertinent question, linking the situation to the individuals posing as members of their divine cult. Woon affirmed Xian's observation, explaining that their cult was currently mobilizing troops in response to the incidents at the frontier. The cult aimed to counter the disruptive activities of the maligning forces by concentrating their efforts in the rear. Contemplating the potential outcomes, Woon expressed concerns about the Murim Alliance potentially deploying troops to Xinjiang. Hu and Xian, taken aback by this possibility, shared in the collective surprise at the strategic implications that such a move by the Murim Alliance could entail. Zhang voiced his understanding of Woon's decision to personally visit the Murim Alliance and clear the divine cult's name from the recent incidents. Woon affirmed his intent, acknowledging the risks involved but emphasizing the necessity of his journey for the sake of their cult. Woon deliberated on his objectives. His first priority was to awaken Kwang to gather information about the mysterious master who had defeated the White Sword martial god. Secondly, he aimed to minimize any potential escalation of conflict between their divine cult and the Murim Alliance in case of his prolonged absence. Reflecting on the unfolding events, Woon realized the unexpected strength of the grand plan and the presence of formidable individuals beyond Kwang. Contemplating the evolving narrative, Woon understood the gravity of his mission and the potential repercussions of his actions on the intricate balance of power between their divine cult and the Murim Alliance. In the midst of their preparations, Zhang voiced his concern about the ease of convincing the Murim Alliance of Woon's innocence, given the suspicion surrounding his affiliation with their divine cult. Woon responded, highlighting the crucial factors that played a significant role in establishing trust and credibility in their dealings. Woon emphasized the importance of blood connections, school connections, and regional connections when conducting business or navigating delicate situations. By recognizing and leveraging these key relationships and affiliations, Woon aimed to secure the necessary trust and cooperation from the Murim Alliance during his upcoming visit. In the halls of the Sichuan Tang clan, the young patriarch, Segun, slammed his fist on the table in frustration. Yun's absence weighed heavily on his mind, leading to his outburst questioning the delayed actions of the Murim Alliance. Elder Gampiang, a voice of reason, advised the young patriarch to remain composed despite the mounting pressure. Understanding the urgency of the situation, Segun lamented being confined to the house, which hindered his ability to take immediate action in response to Yun's disappearance. In a solemn tone, Elder Gampiyoung explained the rationale behind the patriarch's decision to order confinement, citing suspicions of spying for the demonic cult among the Murim Alliance members. Segun, visibly serious, expressed disbelief at the accusations leveled against young warrior Yun and young warrior Kwang, questioning the elder's own observations and attributing the accusations to the need to conceal the mistakes of Brother Chun and Tang Zhong. Elder Gampiyoung, recognizing the sensitivity of the situation, hushed Segun and cautioned him against speaking openly about the matter, emphasizing the need for discretion. In a fit of anger, Segun vented his frustration of the Murim Alliance, questioning their commitment to justice and expressing disappointment in the perceived powerlessness of the Tang clan, renowned as the guardian of Sichuan. The elder, in response to Segun's outburst, suggested that it was time for him to gain a deeper understanding of the intricate workings of the world and the complex dynamics at play. Under the cloak of night, Segun took a solitary walk, seeking solace in the tranquility of the surroundings. A retainer approached him, informing the young patriarch of a guest's unexpected arrival. Segun, preoccupied and disinterested in meeting anyone, instructed the retainer to send the guest away. However, the retainer presented a note from the guest, anticipating Segun's reluctance to meet. Intrigued, Segun accepted the note and read its contents, his expression transforming into one of surprise and disbelief. In a sudden shift of mood, Segun's demeanor brightened as he exclaimed in realization, "Yun is still alive." As the morning sun illuminated the docks of Chongqing by the Yangtze River, Yun stretched his limbs, noting the distance they had yet to travel. Segun, grateful for the lifted confinement that allowed him to accompany Yun, expressed his joy at journeying alongside the esteemed warrior. Seeing curious about how Segun managed to secure permission from the patriarch, inquired about the persuasive tactics used. Yun, with a hint of humor, mentioned his resourceful methods, emphasizing his ability to navigate such situations. Uncertain about the duration of their journey, Segun chimed in, sharing that the voyage along the Yangtze River to Wuhan would only take 2 days from their current location. Xian approached Wun, addressing him respectfully as young master, to relay a pressing issue. He explained that the boat owned by their trading company was still undergoing repairs, requiring several more days to be fully operational. Xian proposed that young warrior Yun, young warrior Segun, and young warrior Kwang should depart ahead of time. Yun, feeling the weight of the unexpected delay, expressed his frustration at the situation but agreed to proceed with the plan. He instructed Xian to secure a boat for their departure, urging the others to join them as soon as the vessel was ready. Xian acknowledged the instructions with a simple affirmation, signaling their readiness to adapt to the changing circumstances and ensure the journey continued as smoothly as possible. In the bustling market, merchants called out to attract customers with promises of affordable goods. A welcoming merchant caught Yun's attention, prompting him to hold up a mirror and notice a striking resemblance between Wun's face and his own from the modern world. Puzzled by this unexpected similarity, Yun wondered if he was gradually merging into the world of Murim, where his appearance differed from his previous gangster persona. Segun, noticing Yun's contemplative expression, inquired if everything was all right and offered to purchase the mirror for him. Before Yun could respond, Xian interjected with the news of finding a boat for their journey. Surprised and relieved by the timely discovery, Yun expressed his gratitude and eagerness to proceed. Internally, Yun reflected on the mysterious connection between his current appearance and his past identity, prompting him to ponder the implications of this unexpected transformation. With the boat secured and their departure imminent, Yun resolved to unravel the enigma gradually, allowing time for reflection and understanding as they embarked on their next adventure. As the boat sailed across the sea, Yun estimated their arrival by the following day. However, a troubling thought crossed his mind as he considered the novel protagonist's dire state, hinting at potential impending danger. Suddenly, a hook latched onto their boat, and pirates swiftly boarded, plunging the passengers into chaos. A man, catching sight of another vessel, identified them in fear as the notorious Yangtze's 18 Pirate Alliance. Panic ensued among the passengers as they grappled with the unexpected intrusion and the looming threat posed by the notorious pirates. Yun couldn't help but feel disappointed as the situation with the pirates unfolded, realizing the hope for a smooth journey had been shattered. Segun, sensing the tension and danger, turned to Yun for guidance on how to handle the threatening pirates. As a pirate brandished a knife and demanded compliance, an old man faced the imminent danger. The pirates began to ransack the boat, coercing passengers to hand over their belongings. Ready to confront the pirates, Segun prepared to fight back, but Yoon intervened, advising against futile resistance. Recognizing the futility of a direct confrontation, Yoon urged Segun to conserve their energy and strategize for a more opportune moment, prioritizing their safety amid the escalating threat posed by the ruthless pirates. A bold pirate strode over to Yoon and demanded immediate compliance, questioning their delay in surrendering valuables. Yoon, maintaining his composure, handed over his money as a gesture of submission, acknowledging the pirate's authority with a polite remark. As Yoon complied with the demands, Segun seethed with frustration at the unfolding events behind his back, his anger simmering beneath the surface. The pirate turned his attention to Segun, ordering him to raise his head and meet his gaze. The pirate, with a demeaning touch, forced Segun to lift his head, making derogatory remarks about him. The pirate insinuated that there might be something valuable hidden in Segun's appearance that would interest their leader, Lord Water Dragon. Yoon, observing the situation, inwardly scoffed at the pirate's foolishness for provoking trouble. Segun, bristling with anger, asserted his identity as a man, causing the pirates to fall silent momentarily before bursting into laughter. One of the pirates jokingly remarked on the unexpected turn of events, seeing the potential for a significant reward from Lord Water Dragon if their special product turned out to be a man. In a display of power, Segun radiated an aura of energy as he responded to the pirates, challenging their assumptions with a hint of sarcasm. Meanwhile, Yoon, taken aback by the escalating tension, realized that their peaceful journey had now been disrupted. Abruptly, a mysterious figure appeared and swiftly dealt with the pirate, severing his head in a single stroke. Shocked by the sudden intervention, Yuns tried to comprehend the identity and motives of this mysterious individual who had emerged unexpectedly. In a remote mountain lake far away, Yun Biryong, the leader of the Grand Plan's Assassin Valley, played a haunting melody on her instrument, setting an eerie atmosphere. Meanwhile, the Grand Plan's Divine Supreme, Wai Jichin, took notice of the arrival of a golden hawk, sensing that its presence signified an important event unfolding. He pondered whether a significant occurrence had transpired beyond their secluded sanctuary. As Jichin received a note delivered by the hawk, he read the message disclosing the unexpected news that the forbidden palace of the Yalu clan had collapsed. Biryong sought clarification from Jichin regarding the news of the collapsed forbidden palace of the Yalu clan. Jichin explained that the information came from an urgent report by the Thousand-Faced Fox, a trusted source of intelligence within their network. Connecting the dots, Biryong linked the incident to Sir Bloodheaven's recent visit to the Forbidden Palace. Surprised by the unexpected turn of events, Jichin revealed his elaborate plan to incite conflict between the orthodox and unorthodox factions by orchestrating damage through the tomb of the astral phantom thief and planting fake manuals to sow discord in the Murim world. Biryong, recognizing the meticulous alignment of Jichin's plans with the prophecy, expressed confusion at the unforeseen outcome. Jichin, equally puzzled by the palace's collapse deviating from his intentions, acknowledged the need to seek answers directly from Sir Bloodheaven to unravel the mystery behind the unexpected turn of events. Biryong expressed concern for Jichin, questioning his decision to depart. Before they could delve further into the matter, a large bird arrived, marking the start of their journey. Jichin identified that person as the only one capable of halting his departure. Without hesitation, he mounted the bird and signaled for them to take flight, soaring into the sky towards an unknown destination. As they ascended into the heavens, Jichin pondered the individual who had disrupted the carefully laid-out prophecy, setting the stage for new revelations and challenges in the next chapter of their unfolding tale. This is the end of Season 1.